Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stars and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Howdy, Patriots. Segment 273 today. I'm calling this Illegals Out, Islam Out, Democrats and Liberals Out. And you'll know what I'm talking about as I go through this. People right now are calling, I see this quite a bit. People are now calling for mass deportation. But they don't say what that means, what they mean. What does mass deportation mean? What do they consider mass deportation? Put a number on it. Tell me, do you want 1 million gone a day? Do you want 25 million gone in a week, a month, a year? Put a number on it when you talk about mass deportation. I'm calling, me personally, to make up for what has come into this country, not just during, probably during the Biden years, the Biden installation. I'm calling for at least 20,000 per day to leave the country, not just arrested, to leave the country. Now, that's at a minimum. If we can get 40, 50, 60,000 a day, that would be even better. So I don't know if that's mass deportation, but it sure takes a whole hell a lot of them out of here. But I want to, like President Trump, I want to focus on the ones that are harming Americans right now. And if others are found at the same time that in the process of arresting them and deporting them, all the better. That's more that we get rid of. And I don't want them put in detention centers. I want them, as soon as they're captured, arrested, excuse me, I want them put on, I've said this before, I want them put on a damn bus. I don't want the taxpayers to fly them out of here. I don't want self-deportations to include us paying them a bribe to leave the damn country. Put their asses on a frickin' bus, haul them down to the southern border, and wave goodbye as they walk their asses back down to their shithole countries. That's what I want done. 20,000 per day. And I don't care, after we get the bad ones out, I don't care who we deport. I don't care how long they've been here. If they've been here for 20, 30 years and they still not become an American citizen, get the hell out. Get the hell out. And screw all these activist judges that Democrats have appointed over the years, trying to stop the administration from deportation, the Haitians and the Somalians and whoever else that's in here illegally. Screw them. Screw the activist judges. They have no authority to dictate whatsoever. And the laws of our sovereignty are very explicit. Um, all they are is trying to impede. We know what they're doing. They want the destruction of this country. And since the House won't get rid of these federal judges, I'm telling the administration to flip these judges the finger and just continue doing what the hell they're doing. Enough of this. Enough of this delay. Enough of this bullshit. Take them out. Take them down. With that said, this is what I want now. And I've had enough. I'm sure you have too. I have had it up to here with this BS. And this is what I want now. And I am not willing to compromise on these thoughts. I want all illegals, regardless of how long they've been here, like I've said, start with the ones harming Americans. I want them all out as quickly as possible. I don't want to hear any excuses from the DHS. If you've got to hire more people, more ICE agents than 100,000 of them, then frickin' hire them, because you're saving, in the long run, you're saving us money by hiring them versus us having to pay benefits and everything else for the frickin' illegals in this country. So hire more ICE agents. Do whatever you need to do to ramp it up. Throw out all of the people in this country on H-1B visas and green cards. I don't want to hear this bullshit from the farmers that they need the slave labor to bring in their crops. Hire Americans or do it yourself. Green card people, out. H-1B visas, out. And that includes the 600,000 Chinese students here. Why in the hell did we even allow Chinese students to be in this country? We know that they're working for the CCP, yet we allow them to come into our colleges and collect information to send it back to the CCP. Gone. They need to be done. And then stop all forms of immigration. No more people come in for at least 20 years. 20 years minimum. It's been done before, back in the 50s and 60s, the 40s and 50s and 60s. We had no immigration coming into this country. I think it was 64 when they finally opened up the door again. We did it back then. We can sure as hell do it now. Radical Muslims that came into this country, they are not going to assimilate. Never. They will never assimilate. And the bad ones, you know what they want to do. They want to take over the country. They need to be removed. Mosques need to be shut down, because obviously they're not using them for praying, because they're all out on the streets of New York and everywhere else trying to control the masses. They're not using them for prayer. Basically what they are staging areas for terrorists. That's what they're for. I also want people. Why would you want to listen to the prayer chants, to that screaming 5 frickin' times a day? Under law, that is considered disturbing the peace. If your law enforcement is not going to do anything about it, then you take out the loudspeakers. People need to act. People need to act. This is their form of control. And as long as we let them get away with that, something else will be next. Needs to be stopped now. Needs to be stopped now. Take out those loudspeakers. Speaking of the moss, you see it here, right there, and right here, in here. To all the people that have purchased this book and have read it, I thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate you for buying it and reading it. But I will tell you I will give you a tidbit. Not that I have misled you, but when I wrote this, when I finished it, there was around 324 pages when I finished it. When I sent it to the publisher for editing, publisher came back and said, you know, this is too long. 320 some pages is too long. It would be considered a novel and would be hard to sell. You need to cut some pages. You need to cut it down to at least 270, 280 pages. So I cut it down to what it is now. 262, I believe it is the number of pages. And what I cut out of there, what I cut out of the book was the task force going in and investigating Moss and taking down the Moss. And why did I take that part out of there? I took it out of there because at that time, Biden was installed via coup into the White House, and I knew he was going to weaponize the FBI. And if for some reason the book got popular, I didn't really want them coming after me. Not that I really give a shit about it, but I didn't want them coming after me, which would have been a possibility. So the plans in here to take down the Moss is not in here anymore, but it's still up here. It's still up here. I just want this not a plug for the book. I'm just letting you know that a little tidbit about it, that there is more plans than what's just in the book itself. Finally, this is going to be a short one today. Finally, let me read this first. The definition of treason: the crime of betraying one's country. The crime of betraying one's country, especially by attempting to kill the sovereignty or overthrow the government. What in the Sam hell do you think installing Biden into the White House was? It was basically a coup, overthrowing the government to make sure that President Trump didn't get back into the White House. I want all frickin' liberals and Democrats in this country that were part of that, and anyone else that is doing whatever the hell they can to take this country down, I want them either arrested now or thrown out of this country, and then their citizenship revoked. And then, yeah, there's going to be people out there. Oh, Todd. Oh my God, how Hitleresque of you. Really? So if you think that, if you say that, you obviously don't know history. So tell me, please tell me, which of the Jews or others during that time frame that broke the law, that deserved to be removed from the planet? I'll be waiting. None of them did. So it's not Hitleresque. It's saving the country. It's saving the American citizens. Finally, I'm a little irritated because day after day after day, we are losing Americans. And at what point do the citizens of this country say, we've had enough? And I just had somebody today. I just have to bring this up. I just had somebody today, this morning, tell me, oh, the arrests are coming. The arrests are coming. We're taking them down. It's just, yeah, they're coming. I've heard that shit. For the last umpteen years. In 2019, I got axed from Twitter. And just prior to that, the ever-loving Q that people like to follow told the followers that when President Trump takes over his first term that 156,000 indictments were going to take place. Not one indictment was dropped. And today, as of today, who have we got? Comey and Bolton. And that's it. That's all we have to show for. If our government is not willing to do all that is necessary to protect the citizens of this country, then number one, they broke their oath. And number two, or they're not following their oath. And number two, they're complicit in the crimes against the sovereignty and this nation. And you know what? Our founding fathers instructed the people of this country what to do in the event of a tyrannical government. So help us God. We can't rely on this government to take care of what needs to be taken care of anymore. It has to be up to us. Hopefully, the Americans will realize that. Because we're sitting here. You go on the social media right now. I'm digressing. You go on social media now and you see all these videos of the invasion of Spain. Have we already forgotten the pictures and the videos of the invasion of the United States of America? Those 50,000, 60,000 that just recently invaded Spain, that's nothing. That's nothing compared to what has happened to this country. And all of them bastards are still roaming around in this country, harming Americans, getting benefits. And our government, I'm not including President Trump. I'm not including him in the government. He knows the problem. It's just, as I've stated before, he's got so many people working against him in D.C. It's those people that need to be removed. It's those people. You know, when we had J6, I think I've mentioned this before. When we had all those people in D.C. on J6, that was the perfect time. That was the perfect time for a true insurrection. People were in the Capitol. Our building, by the way. We paid for it. It's our building. That was the time that people should have just stayed there and told our Congress, look, you either frickin' do something about what's happening in this country, or we're just going to stay here. We're just going to stay here. You're not going to be able to come back. That was the perfect time. But history shows what happened. Anyway, people, I think I'm calmed down now. I think I'm done venting. But like I said, I'm not compromising on my terms anymore. That's it. I'm done. Something needs to be done. Anyway, if you see this sign, this is the international sign for distress. If you see anybody displaying this sign, they are in deep trouble and they require your assistance. If you can provide assistance to them safely, do so, because you may end up saving a life. That's all I got, Patriots. Have a good one.